What's going on, everyone? CJ back here with a brand new episode of the Madden 24 St. Louis Sentinels Franchise. I have been sick for the last 3 days, still sick today, but we are still back recording some St. Louis Sentinels content. Boom, boom, boom. That is right, we are back. Coming off of a shootout victory against the Chicago Bears last week, 38-35 victory moves us to 4-4 in the division, which is good enough for tied for second place with the Eagles. The NFC East is all jumbled around here, all discombobulated. We share a three-way tie with the Eagles, of course, us and the Giants, all within one game of the NFC leader currently, the Dallas Cowboys, who are at 5-3, and our defense continues to let us down in these games. We are allowing a ton of points, so I decided to make a few changes. Shout out my man Nick Green in the comments for making a suggestion. We are going to right now rock with the New England playbook on defense, see how that goes. It's the most balanced in terms of sets with the 3-4 and the 4-3. We started out, if you remember, in a 4-3 defense last season, switched to a 3-4 defense this season after acquiring Khalil Mack. And aside from like 2 games, I haven't really seen any improvement. So we're going to rock with New England's for now. And the defensive scheme being a 46 defense makes 95% of our players a scheme fit. We'll see if this helps us at all today. We're taking on the 0-7 Bucs, so looking to make them 0-8. So hopefully our defense can step up and play a little bit better. Now, adding 4-3 sets back in the playbook means we're going to need to look at getting a second defensive tackle probably. Right now, we are rocking with Dante Fowler Jr., our new acquisition that we acquired last week in that massive trade with Montez Sweat and Derek Forrest. And he's okay, but he's, not our long-term answer. Now, Joey Buckley looks pretty good here out of South Carolina. Round 2 to 3 projection. I definitely wouldn't take a defensive tackle in the first round, but looking at him in the second to third round, he looks to be pretty solid. He's 6'5", 308 pounds, run stopper archetype with B block shedding to go along with B power moves, and B tackle is very good to see. And he also looks to be a very good athlete with that great to elite strength. You love to see that. Great to elite agility means he can move around down there on the line, and great to elite acceleration means that he will probably get off of the line pretty fast. And overall, in the second to third round, I wouldn't be, tremendously upset with drafting a defensive tackle, especially as I mentioned, if we're gonna stay in more 4-3 sets. Now, speaking of round 2 to 3 projections, this character right here, Andrew Simmons out of USF, a power back. That's right, we're talking running back now. I realize we have Brian Robinson and Dudley Saxton, but just don't know if Brian Robinson is our long-term answer. I mean, he's consistent enough, I suppose, but he hasn't had any breakaway game, over 100 yards, over 150, which means we have to rely on J.J. Ford a lot more. So Andrew Simmons in the second to third round looks pretty good too. Again, he's a power back just like B-Rob. He's got A carrying, A break tackle. He's also a very good athlete. The great to elite strength to go along with the great to elite speed. I really, really like that. And running back could potentially, it's not something we've really talked about too much in this series, but it could potentially be something that we look to target in the draft. Bucs are the only winless team in the NFL, sitting at 0-7. So surely we will not carry the shame of handing them their first victory. I mean, if we look at their offense, boy, howdy freaking Batman, they don't do anything. They don't do anything. They only average 9.9 points per game. There's no way. I've never seen that, less than 10 points a game. Wow, that's worse than the Steelers this season. That's worse than the Jets this season in real life. And they got Marcus Mariota under center here, so he may be one of those, and DeAndre Swift too. Wow, okay, so some changes here in Tampa, but that may be one of the reasons why they're so bad. I feel like Mariota fits into that paranoid in the pocket quarterback, I should say, that Madden, tends to display a lot. Justin Fields, Lamar Jackson, basically any scrambling type of quarterback, they can tend to get really paranoid back there in the pocket. And that could be what Marcus Mariota does. And he's not even a good overall. anyways. But man, oh man, and their defense is really not much better. So this better not be a trap game. We are going to be aggressive. 350 plus passing yards is going to be our goal. And we're also going to be aggressive on defense too. Let's hold this winless Bucs team to 0-7. Nice upgrade here for the St. Louis savior, Terry McLaurin, who has just played so great for us in pretty much all capacities. We'll continue to go deep threat for him. That bumps him up to a true 95, and he has an extra ability slot. Very interesting. So let's actually mosey on over there. And with Terry, I had deep in elite, I had outside apprentice, slot-o-matic, and route technician. He does line up in the slot. He doesn't line up in the slot too often. Is there anything that I would rather have him do? Acrobat, maybe. He doesn't really dive too much, I don't think. Mid-out elite might be nice. Could just leave it at what we have. We will go grab and go, maybe. Shift momentum, change direction. No. We'll go mid-out elite. So now he has deep in elite. He has mid-out elite, route technician, and also outside apprentice. Of course, the double me category. And as I mentioned, guys, I am kind of sick here, so hopefully I sound okay. I'm still persevering and pushing through for the good of the Sentinels franchise. Again, Tampa Bay 0-7. Surely we will not hand them their first victory of the season. And this game is very key for us, as it could push us to above 500 and potentially claim the #1 spot in the NFC East. We also take on the Eagles next week as well. So very important game here, guys. If you guys are fired up for more St. Louis content, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you are not subscribed, at 750 subscribers, I will do a jersey giveaway. So please help me get there. I put my heart and soul into this YouTube thing, and I promise if you subscribe, I will deliver you good quality content every single week. So without further ado, guys, we're still at home at Sentinel Field. Let's get down to St. Louis, Missouri, and take on the 0-7 Bucs here and get ready for the game. Bucs just beat the Falcons in real life. It's Sunday as I record this, and they moved to #1 in the division at 6-7. So the NFC South, 6-7 Bucs, 6-7 Falcons, 6-7 Saints. It's all jumbled up there. But in this Madden universe, in this Madden franchise here, the Bucs suck. They're terrible. They don't have Baker Mayfield anymore. They have Marcus Mariota, the former Oregon Duck. Such a high prospect coming out of the draft. And of course, his career did not take the form that many thought it would. We're going to have to wait to see Mariota, though, as we are going to see another rookie with tremendously high expectations. That would be J.J. Ford. J.J. Ford having a great season. The rook out of Fresno State, 18 touchdowns, 11 picks, and last time I checked, he was leading the league in passing yards. And his good buddy, his accomplice, Terry McLaurin, just got a big upgrade, so maybe that will help Terry to make an impact here in today's game. We're going to come out single back to start this one out. Going to be a little rollout. May have McLaurin. There is McLaurin, as a matter of fact, with room to roam. J.J. Ford finds him. That upgrade paying dividends already, as Terry starts off with a big 26-yard reception to take this all the way to the 45. So you love to see that on the opening play. I think we'll continue the pass here. I was just talking about Brian Robinson in this run game pre-game, but let's keep J.J. Ford in a rhythm. 1st and 10 from the 45. Who's going to get open? I think that's our big 6'9 target, George Williams. We are moving the ball great on our opening possession, as Williams and McLaurin each with a key reception to get us into Bucs territory. This is how I like to see a drive start, man. Sometimes we tend to start out kind of sluggish in these games. I'll be the first to admit, but you love seeing the Saints go right downfield and drive. Let's give it to Brian now. Brian looking for some blockers, trying to shake the linebacker Levante David, and he's not really able to, only picking up a couple. I could easily see them thinking we're passing in this situation, as we have been to start out. So let's go draw. Oh, Levante David backs up. He was ready for the pass there. He backed up into coverage, and Brian had nothing but clear skies and green grass ahead of him. And this great opening drive continues. This is what I like to see. And it's also worth noting as well, we're healthy. For the first time in forever, aside from Jahan Dotson, you see number 68, Brandon Scherf, back there on the field. So we are more or less healthy. We're going to target George, who hangs on through contact, and that will bring up a 2nd and 6. We're into the 27-yard line here. Could be a rollout situation from Ford. The coach calls this play a lot for me, and I do like to roll out. We know Ford's not much of a runner, but he should be able to outrun the lineman there, Willington Prevalin, who's on the field. He is a 2-year man out of Rutgers, and Ford was able to get the job done. I would prefer to run it out of the gun, so that is going to be the call on the field. Now, will be able to pick it up with Robinson. Surely, hope so. Levante David was there, but he took a bad angle. Robinson jucking and jiving, juking and weaving, picking up exactly what he needed to get this ball to the 18. And again, I mentioned this is exactly how we need to start out these ball games here, with some firepower. It's been sluggish starts, and of course, with the way our defense has been playing, we got to put points on the board early. So let's do that here. See who wants to get open. There's Curtis Samuel lobbing it over the head of the defender, and Samuel. Oh, no, it's George. It's 6'9" George Williams. Come on, man. I forgot we spelled him into the formation in that single back set there, and that may be George's first touchdown of the season. I'm not 100% sure. I know he doesn't have many, if he has some. But that would normally be a spot where Curtis Samuel catches it, but the big 6'9" target says suck it in the end zone to the Tampa Bay Bucs defense. And pending this Joey Sly extra point, we are going to go up 7-0, which it should be true. And that is going to put all the pressure on Todd Bowles and Marcus Mariota and apparently DeAndre Swift to try to answer on their opening drive. We'll get a look here at Mr. Mariota, and he is not doing that's why they're 0-7 right there. My man's only slung 4 touchdowns. Doesn't have that much yardage, and his touchdown interception ratio is -1. So that could have something to do with it. Now, we came out blitz, but I'm actually going to audible because Marcus Mariota is coming out empty, so it's an obvious passing situation. He's targeting the sideline and just way off of the mark there into the bench area. We did have Kendall Fuller there in coverage regardless, so I think it would have been a pretty difficult pass for Marcus to convert. And remember, we are in a new playbook here, so very curious to see how this Tampa Bay defensive playbook performs. It's going to be a check down to Swift out of the backfield, and he is going nowhere. Dropped for a loss of 1. All right, Sentinels, let's see what you got. Let's have a big defensive stand. I was just talking about this Sentinels defense in pregame, and that's going to be DeAndre Swift on the check down out of the backfield. He does pick up 8, but they needed a lot more than that, and the defense does step up pretty good on the first drive as Cam Curl is able to get the tackle. Now let's just freaking take our boot off, put the pedal to the metal, punch the gas, strike early, go up 14-0, and really put our stamp on this game. Bucs have Levante David and rookie Eric Stokes, the 3rd overall pick in the draft. Brian has some speed. Can he juke him in? Oh, Brian with the moves. Not typically known for his elusibility. We were just talking about how we may need to look for another running back in the draft. And how about a 1-play touchdown from Brian Robinson? Oh, man, was that gorgeous. I was talking about the rookie linebacker Eric Stokes out of Oregon State. We saw that X Factor and that superstar symbol on there, and Stokes was the 3rd overall pick. But that time he did not have enough juice in the tank to keep up with Brian Robinson. Oh man, I've been waiting for a big play like that from Robinson all season. Must have heard us talking about him pregame, and he was like, oh, shoot, wait, what?
Just don't know if Brian Robinson is our long-term answer.
They're targeting a running back in the draft? Hold on now. I better get my stuff together. Getting his stuff together, he did on that one. Sentinels go up 14-0 on this winless Bucs team. Maybe I should record sick more often. This is a joy, a breath of fresh air to watch our team come out and play like this on both sides of the ball. Jonathan Allen, DeAndre Swift having a tough day at the office to start this one now as he gets drilled by the big defensive tackle out of Alabama for a loss of 4. Yeah, the minute you start talking trash, man, I'm telling you, Madden has like this secret microphone built into the console, and oh my God, that is a nice catch there by Cade Otton, who scored a touchdown today in real life against the Falcons. Baker Mayfield found him for a nice reception. So, as I was saying, Madden has a secret microphone built into the game where if you start talking shit about the other team, they're like, oh, wait a second. Let me show this character. So, kids, if you're listening, first of all, sorry for the curse words. Second of all, don't talk crap to the game. DeAndre Swift with a very nice run of 7 on that one. Bucs go 3 wide receivers to the left here. We're coming out little man-dime action here, man-to-man in the dime package, seeing what Mariota's going to be a play fake, and he finds Cade Otton. Again, couple clutch receptions on this drive. Mariota starting out 5 for 6, and now the Bucs, all of a sudden, after not doing much, they are now marching, and they are into the red zone. So kind of got to tighten up a little bit here, fellas. Let's play some good staunch red line or goal line defense, red zone defense, whatever the heck I'm trying to say. I don't know. Mariota almost got sacked. He did get sacked. And who was that? None other than Jartavius Martin, who is now our true starting free safety after shipping off Derek Forrest. Remember, Martin was playing more of a slot corner role, which he thrived in. He was Defensive Rookie of the Year last season, but now with the shipment of Derek Forrest, he is now playing. And another sack there. It's John Allen starting to call his name more in the sack department. So now is a time where we could just kind of pin our ears back, see if we can get to the quarterback and just don't get beat deep. There's Khalil Mack. Oh, had a shot. Oh, Mariota, you want to take off and scramble? Go for it. Didn't know what to do there. We had the not-so-young man flustered. And that should bring in rookie Corey Tyson. Stop me if you've heard that name. Don't bother, because you haven't. He is a rookie out of Princeton, undrafted free agent here with the Bucs. We'll see what the youngster has, and he is going to boot that one through. So Bucs do answer, albeit with just 3, putting a little bit of pressure on us. First quarter dominated by the Sentinels, 14-3. We have 101 rushing yards, which I don't think we typically hit that number for the entirety of the game. And here we are in the second quarter, already at crossing the century mark. J.J. Ford might have some of that, but let's see what he can do out of the shotgun here. See who wants to get open. I think it's big man George again on the drag. George getting involved in this one. The big 6'9" target stumbles forward for a first down. We'll ID up rookie Eric Stokes here, the left linebacker. We're going to give it to Robinson again out of the eye, looking to follow some good blockers. And Robinson, what has gotten into this man? He's gone again. Oh my God, he's off to the races, diving into the end zone. What the heck? Oh man. Look, I'm sorry, man. I'm going to take that running back off of my favorites board. Don't you even worry. He's gone. Who was that guy? I don't even remember his name. Andrew something, doesn't matter.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
He's gone, buddy. Because I see you. I feel you. You want to be a Cent, and I respect that. Brian at 158, already on 5 carries with 2 touchdowns. I don't think Brian has crossed 150 since this series started. And no, just in case you were wondering, it is still on all Madden. Sliders are still unchanged. I mean, bear in mind, guys, we're playing an 0-7 team here. You know, there's got to be a reason. We saw their team stats pre-game. They're absolute dog doo-doo, and that is starting to show here. But again, I should probably just shut my mouth and not say anything because that microphone is always listening. Nice coverage there by Kendall Fuller to break up the pass. Could be this New England defensive playbook too. I don't know. We might have something here. We're coming out here expecting the run. Of course, it's not going to be a run. It's going to be a check down to about the one bright spot that the Bucs have had today. Cade Otton, their tight end, the 3-year man out of Washington, 2-year man in real life, 3-year man in this franchise. He's about the only name I've called other than Mariota on sacks. So we'll see if Mariota looks to target big number 88 again. We might actually user somebody on him, and there's Jonathan Allen doing what he does best, stuffing the run in the backfield. See if Mariota can handle the heat. We're going to send a little bit of pressure his way. Got to watch Godwin and Evans on the outside, and that is just a terrible pass from Mariota as he had Evans wide open. See? There's a reason, I'm telling you, there's a reason why they're 0-7. Evans completely cooked Emmanuel Forbes, who needs another pick, by the way. He had 6 in back-to-back games. Cooks Emmanuel Forbes on the curl, and then Mariota throws it, and Evans is like, bro, what? What are you doing, man? Come on, man. Give me Baker back. Punt here by Jake Camarda, and Sentinels are looking to burst the top off of this thing and just completely run away with it. And I guess, do we stick with Brian Robinson? Is there even a need to pass it? I mean, there's his season right there, taking a little screenshot of it. Today is going to help him inch closer to the 1,000-yard mark, which I would love. He just barely, I think, got it last season. So we'll come out here, little option, but it's going to be a run to Robinson all day. There's no way I look away from that. Or actually, that's Saxton. My apologies. Let's look to get Brian involved in the passing game. We'll try a little screen pass to him, see if we can get it to him. Brian has some decent blockers upfield, and he is just doing everything today, man. Brian Robinson so far is our MVP, and you love to see it. He has really needed a game like this, I would say, and we're going to continue to go to him. Coach suggests draw play, and you know what, Coach? I agree. The coach is me, so I agree with myself, and I see, oh, guy ran the wrong way. That was completely my fault. We lose 2. We had a crease there, and I chose the left. Should have ran right. Greg Gaines stops us. Typically call this play on third down situations, but you know what? I kind of like it on this situation too. Might have McLaurin or somebody in the middle, which I think we do. There's Terry. Don't let Terry get involved now. J.J. Ford has yet to miss a pass. Brian Robinson is killing it. Our defense is playing great. This is the St. Louis Sentinels team that I have been desperately waiting so long to see. Now, we're beating up on a bad team. I get it. We play the Eagles next week. That's going to be a real test, but Brian just seems to have so much space in the middle, and I'm here for it. Ball's on the 34, 2nd and 5. We're coming out here in a little levels concept, and I think Bart is open on the outside. Haven't called his name yet. Let the rookie out of A&M get involved. Bart's played great. Really like his game. Let's flip the play here. It's kind of jammed up there on the left side, and of course we're going to Robinson. Now it's jammed up on the right side, but Robinson had a crease there for a moment, but it is swallowed up there by lineman Marcus Jenkins, the rookie out of Oklahoma State. That was the Bucs' 4th round pick in this previous draft. And Brian out of the I seems like a good idea. I believe that is, I think that both of his big plays have came out of I form runs. I know the first one did for sure. I think the second one did too. Nice block there by John Bates. Brian trying to fight forward. He's not going to be able to. And 4th and 1. I mean, we're up 21-3. I'm taking the points here. I know, not the sexiest of calls, but I've seen how teams kind of figure us out in the second half. And I want as many points on the board as possible just in case Mariota and these Bucs go on a run. There it is again. Mariota looking to scramble. He found Travis Kelce. Cade Otton out of the backfield there. Ryan Jensen goes down. But we're taking on a very good quarterback who's also kind of like a scrambling quarterback in Madden next week in Jalen Hurts. Be interesting to see how we play against him. But right now, Hurts doesn't matter. We have to worry about Marcus Mariota. So it's 1st and 10 here, new set of downs. Where's Mariota going to go? He's only seems to have tunnel vision on Cade Otton. Mariota going tempo, so got to be a little bit careful. We'll see what he does here on 3rd and 1. He is going to leak out and find his receiver there, Russell Gage. So good play by Mariota, who is now up to 92 yards passing. I do like the idea, though, of continuing to send pressure at Mariota. It's proved to be good decision so far. And, oh, nice break up there by Diamador Lenore as Mariota was targeting Russell Gage. Thought we might have a play on the ball, actually, but 'twas not to be. Now, let's actually audible into man here. We'll see if Mariota decides to run it with DeAndre Swift. Still plenty of time. Bucs with all timeouts in their pocket. Nice grab there by Chris Godwin, and that will bring up 3rd and 6. Yes, and pass, shading inside. That is what I think is about to happen on this one. We're going to also have Chase Young coming off the edge here, and we almost got to Mariota again. James Smith-Williams is too slow. Now, that is one thing about Marcus, is he does have the speed. He does have the speed. We were trying to catch him with James Smith-Williams, our defensive end, and we see how well that worked out. Spoiler alert, it didn't. But as, lackluster or average of a QB as Mariota is, you got to respect his speed for sure. So there is going to be a catch, and DeAndre Swift going the wrong way. Mariota coming out empty here. We'll see if Chase Young or somebody can get to him. He's putting on a nice spin move, and wide open in the middle of the field is Russell Gage. So Mariota does lead his troops downfield, and their first real signs of life on offense. Now, they do get the ball back after halftime as well. It's important to know that, but we got 52 seconds, all 3 timeouts, and apparently the boys are juiced up. So, we're looking to score points or at least get into field goal range here. 75 yards to go for a TD, about 40-ish, 50 to get into Joey Sly field goal range. Oh God, that's a terrible pass from Ford, and I was looking for Bart Burns, and that is the last possible thing that we could have had happen. Carlton Davis picks it. Burns was open. It wasn't a bad play, just a bad pass. So Bart is going to be on a delayed crossing route, and you see him get open right there, and that is probably about when I let the ball go. Actually, even a little bit sooner. So Ford lets the ball go right here as I see Bart Burns kind of starting to break away. And an accurate ball will get there. We found the soft spot in the coverage, but the ball is unfortunately overthrown. Carlton Davis picks it off. And that's what I do. Hey, if you guys are new to the channel, that's what I do. I make dumb decisions like that, and I throw picks when I shouldn't. So now we have to keep the Bucs out of the end zone, who are starting to figure it out here. They do call their first time out, but man, oh man, if we let this Bucs team back in this game, I will just be absolutely demoralized because we played so great to start this one out. It's going to be a play fake. Mariota got me, and there's Travis Otten, Cade Kelsey, making the catch and stepping out of bounds. This will probably be a run, I would wager. It could be a pass. Well, it probably will be a pass, actually. No, it's probably going to be a run as we see the motion man. It's going to be a play fake. So I was just 100% wrong on all fronts. And Chase Young just upends O'Keefe. And the Bucs also have to go hurry up here. They actually don't, and that might be a false start. We might be moving on back, which we are. Back that thing up. Thank you so much. And that's going to make it probably a field goal. With 5 seconds, it is. So realistically, in real life, a coach would probably do one more shot to the end zone, having that one timeout in their back pocket. But of course, this is Madden, and the AI is just completely abysmal. There is your first half, dominated by the Sentinels, but due to that dumb interception by me, we have left the door slightly cracked for the Buccaneers. I don't think that I'm going to change anything on our side. I like throw it medium. Ford has a perfect quarterback rating, and I think I'm also going to defend the medium pass because that is where Mariota kind of carved us up, or maybe we go deep. Yeah, we'll go deep, defend the deep pass, and we're going to have to start off on defense again and need a little bit of jolt from the boys. Need our defense to step up here and play like they were on those first couple of drives, as they played very well. There's DeAndre Swift, met there by Cam Curl and Cody Barton. We'll see if changing our focus to defending the deep pass, we'll see if that makes Mariota decide to go underneath a little bit more, because all things considered, he played decent. Can't really be too mad at his performance. There's going to be Swift in the backfield. We had a chance to get him for a big loss, and he fumbled it, and looks like he picked up his own fumble as Jamin Davis and others were there to meet him. That would have been huge, getting the ball into Bucs territory. See what Mariota decides to do here on 3rd and 7. Hopefully we can get them off of the field, and Mariota's going to take off. Khalil Mack's there, but I took a bad angle on it. It is so freaking hard, man, when you're usuring a linebacker and you're coming down with the head of steam against the quarterback. At least in my opinion, maybe I'm just cheeks. That could definitely be the answer, but I just feel like it's so hard to time up a running back, especially a fast one like Mariota, and they will live to fight another down as Mariota picks it up. This time, he's going to be a pass out of the shotgun, and Mike Evans catches it, but he is tackled immediately by Emmanuel Forbes. Guess pass and shade inside. I think that's a good time to do that. We'll probably actually use Khalil Mack in coverage here, but it is going to be a designed run. And see, that's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. Diamador Lenore cannot catch Mariota. And wow. Marcus freaking Jackson. Lamar Mariota. That was just a read option, quarterback keeper, and we never had the speed to catch Jackson. And now the Bucs looking to make it a field goal game, man. Why does this game do this to me every single time? I do not know. It's not going to be a run. It's going to be a sack from Jartavius Martin. Although it will not go down as a sack. It says a sack, but it's not going to get registered as a sack in the stats. But what Mariota and Coach Bowles just did there was they put the pressure on us to score. Perfect time to call it, I would say. Haven't called it yet so far in this game. So here comes the PA cross out of the single back X bunch nasty. Got to get this offense driving and moving downfield. And there's Curtis Samuel throwing it into traffic. That was not an easy catch, as sometimes we see Curtis Samuel get wide open on that play. That wasn't the case that time, but it was still a good play nonetheless. It's a big one here. Ball's on the 50. Maybe should have went screen pass or something like that, but I didn't. We're going to check it down to Curtis Samuel, who hangs on, and it's 4th and 1. And this is most definitely go for it territory. See if we can pick this up with Brian, man. Just need a yard. Please, Brian, fight forward. He does. That was a power run. Brian up to 166. Keeps this drive going. Tackle made there by Antoine Winfield Jr., which, fun fact, and I'm not making this up, Antoine Winfield Sr., cornerback of the Vikings, went to the same high school as me. Look it up. You'll see what high school he went to. Oh, God, I shouldn't have done that. John Bates. Oh, I should have done that. That's exactly what I wanted to do the whole time, baby.
Okay.
Are you kidding me? John Bates out of the flat. Tight end converted to fullback. Takes this thing all the way to the 28. And we got ourselves a pretty nice drive going here. I'm liking what I am seeing from the boys. But yeah, Antoine Winfield Sr. and myself went to the same high school. Pretty interesting little fact there for you if you didn't know. J.J. Ford running, taking off. He's slow as molasses in January, but moves the chains nonetheless. And this could be McLaurin on the corner shot here. We'll see. Can we get it over the head? There's Terry. Couldn't hang on. That would have been a tremendous play from McLaurin. Okay, Burns or Williams may be the move here. We need to get Brian Robinson in as a blocker, but one of these two chaps, I think it's Burns actually. Burns, nice break up there on the play. That was Ryan Neal, the safety, and we are gonna have to kick a field goal here, which I'm not super happy about, but it is better than what it could have been. This should be a nice chip shot from Joey Sly, which, my God, that was very close. Logan Thomas injured on the play, but we do go up by 8. So now a touchdown and a 2-point conversion would only tie it. But let's see that defense that we saw on the first couple of drives. And let's not let Marcus Mariota pick up a 50-yard freaking run. Let's man up. I like man coverage in this situation. Let's man up. Mariota coming out single back with a 3 wide receiver set. DeAndre Swift is in the backfield. Let's see if he goes to Swift. He will, but oh, ball's bouncing around there like a pinball. It was up for grabs there momentarily. Justin Hayward might have had mitts on the pigskin. And this is a big one here. 3rd and 6. This is exactly what we needed. I do not like the coverage that I came out in, so we're going to go zone, see what Mariota does. We're using Chase Young in the middle of the field, and that's why you do that, baby. That's why you do that. Mariota may have had an angle there to scramble, but since we had Mr. Young, the former Buckeye, just kind of lurking there, just minding his business, drinking his coffee, reading his paper in the middle of Sentinel Field, Mariota was forced to throw it away. Okay, Brian, can you pick this up here? We are going to do inside zone here, and I'd like to motion Bart Burns over to this side of the field just to get that extra blocker. Surely Brian can pick up one, which he had it for a minute, but Greg Gaines shed his block instantly, man. Instantly. And this may be a time for me to be aggressive. I just don't want to punt it back to the Bucs here, but I am. I'm not. I can already see the future. We played good defense on the last drive. I was thinking about it for a minute. The cogs were turning. Oh, that's got to be running into the kicker, but it's not. But it clearly was. You saw it. But even if the Bucs score, and they would need a 2-point conversion to tie it, so it does not make too much sense to give it back to them in plus territory like that, assuming that I wouldn't have got it. So let's just play some good defense like we did on the last drive and get them off the field. That's going to be a dump down to Cade Otton, but only for a gain of 2. Well, man up here, hopefully, again, got to user somebody, got to watch that running from Marcus Mariota. So we'll probably have Chase Young, and that's going to be DeAndre Swift. First time he's really done anything in this game. 9 rushes for 45 yards. But prior to that one, I think he had like 23 or something. So that's the first time we've really seen DeAndre Swift make an impact. So maybe he's going to have to be somebody that we have to watch. I don't know. Up until this point, we haven't, but it's looking like we're going to have to watch him now. And Swift, just with very swift back there in the backfield. And my life is literally crumbling before my eyes here. It's in shambles as DeAndre Swift doing the stanky leg. But remember, they're going to have to go for 2 to even tie it. So hopefully, this is what I'm talking about, man. We're probably going to allow 30-plus points in this one. Oh, nice pressure there from Mariota. I was going to say, we're probably going to allow 30-plus points in this one, and our defense came out playing so great. Been kind of tough to get the run game going ever since the second half, so I'd love to see that get started here. Brian, is that Jartavius Martin? Wait, what? Why is Jartavius Martin running it out of the backfield? Hold the phone here. Sports fans, we're up by 2 going into the 4th. Yardage really about even. But why did I just hand it off to my free safety? I mean, Brian didn't get injured, did he? Surely he didn't. He didn't. I mean, all right. I guess Jartavius Martin just said, put me in, coach. Coach put him in. So now it's time to get something going. Brian on out route. Terry's in single coverage. See who gets open on this play. It's George Williams, our big 6'9" receiver, moving the chains. Coming out of single back, we will go wham on this one. Run up the gut from Brian, which he's met there by Levante David after picking up 3. We'll come out single back. How about a play action pass? Might have Bart Burns or somebody, and it is Burns if we can get it over the head of the defender. Thank you so much. Ford at 200, which is by J.J. Ford standards, that's a quiet game. That's a quiet game. I mean, we're used to seeing this gentleman go over 300, sometimes 400. So he's having a quiet game, but it's okay. I'm actually kind of happy. It's nice to be able to kind of lean on the running game for once. We don't typically always have that luxury. So we don't need Ford to be throwing 450 yards, 300 yards in some of these games. Nice little cut back there from Brian, making something out of nothing, picking up 7. And now we almost got the ball. We do got the ball into the red zone. Bucs in their 4-4 set now, so fully expecting the run, it would appear. Let's see if we can run it down their throat. We're actually going to go backwards. This is quite possibly the biggest 3rd down of the game, as we don't want to have to settle for a field goal here. We really need a touchdown, so hopefully we can pick this up. I'm going to go to Logan Thomas, who does hang on, but not able to get it. So the question is, I think that we go screen pass here. I really do. It's aggressive. I know it is aggressive, but I just feel like we really need to pick this up and not settle for a field goal. Either way, if the Bucs are going to have to drive a long way down the field, it may not be the best call in the world, but I'm going to be aggressive and I'm going to go for it. Hopefully it pays off. See if we can get it to Brian. We will get it to Brian, and Brian going to power through. Thank you. Brian Robinson is the freaking MVP of this game. He is the MVP of this game. Easily. Hands down. That was a super aggressive call, I know, but I just felt like, you know, in the situation that we were in, and the Bucs could still easily stop us here. It's not like they couldn't. But in the situation that we were in, we got to give ourselves a shot at the end zone. We're going to try to run it outside here with Brian, see if we can get the edge, and we are going the absolute wrong way on that one. Okay, somebody should get open here. Somebody should definitely get open on this right side. Could be McLaurin, could be somebody else. I think wow. I forgot that Levante David was out there in the middle of the field. All right, this play worked earlier. It's a coach suggestion, PA cross. George Williams scored a touchdown on this play earlier. Can he score a touchdown or at least get us the first down? That is the question. We're going to go to him. George, you're 6'9". Just jump up. Oh, man. Okay, now we got to kick a field goal, which is unfortunate because we're going to leave the door cracked again for the Bucs. We've been leaving it cracked all freaking game. And if they drive down and find the end zone, they could win this game. Marcus Mariota playing a lot better than I would have given him credit for. That much is for sure. And of course, as I mentioned previously, we have to watch the always the potential of him scrambling. So like Jamin Davis, for example, I might just have him lurk. Although this is going to be a nice stop in the backfield by James Smith-Williams. Swift now, actually prior to that tackle, he was over 100 yards. James Smith-Williams just drilled him for a loss of 4. Obvious passing situation now. So again, got to have eyes on Mariota, and there is a nice catch by Russell Gage, who has a touchdown in this one. And I don't like the atmosphere. I don't like the aura that's going around in my recording space right now. I got to be honest with you guys. I've seen this happen way too many times, and it's against a team like the Buccaneers. Give me a pick. Nice grab there by Mike Evans, and the Bucs are almost to midfield. All right, let's see what Mariota does here from the 48. He's got his troops almost to midfield, so that is not what I like to see. And there's Gage again. Oh my God, they're gonna win, aren't they? The Bucs are gonna win, aren't they? And they haven't won yet, but it's just like, I feel like Madden AI knows what time it is, which if you guys play Madden, you definitely know what I'm talking about. We got to find a way to get some pressure on Mariota, force him into a sack or something, and there it is. It's a fumble. It's a fumble. Jamin Davis scoops it, and Jamin is off to the races. A scoop and a score. A scoop and a score. It's Jamin Davis. Jump into the end zone. Thank you that you didn't even celebrate, but you don't have to. Stay humble, young man. Oh, my God. Marcus Mariota tried to hurdle over somebody, and I don't even know who actually got credit for the fumble. It is going to be Khalil Mack. The Mack attack. Oh my God. Did we need that? That was an amazing play. Khalil Mack comes screaming off of the edge here. Where's he at? Where's that little rascal at? Marcus Mariota tries to hurdle over Chase Young. Khalil Mack recognizes it, sheds his block. That's a clean fumble. Jamin Davis picks it up, and he's got offensive linemen trying to catch him, which is never going to happen. You know, they say defense wins championships, and defense wins football games. If we can survive about 2 minutes and hold off on this one, it is definitely going to be due to our defense. We're 1 minute and 56 seconds to the promised land here, so just got to make sure nothing crazy happens. And we should be able to walk out of Sentinel Field 5-4 and keep the Bucs winless at 0-8. So that's all we have to worry about doing here. Mariota going tempo. I hate being in those situations. Mariota going to get sacked by Jonathan or Chase Young, but Jonathan Allen actually gets injured. So at this stage of the game, hopefully it's not anything more than just, you know, a minor bump and bruise that will keep him sidelined for the rest of this game as opposed to multiple weeks. That would be highly unfortunate. But we need to shade over top and make sure that nobody gets beat deep. That's not going to get it done, Mariota. Little check down, and now it's 4th down. Big play here. Big play indeed. Let's man up. Curious to see if this is a DeAndre Swift run or not, which it's going to be, and he's going to get it just barely. But Bucs got to go tempo, and we got to call a timeout here because we had our 4-3 defense on the field, and Mariota went into shotgun. And how about that dislocated shoulder from Jonathan Allen? That is not what you want to see. Hopefully that does not sideline him for multiple weeks because he is one of the biggest parts of this Sentinels defense. Where's Mariota going to go? He is going to go to Cade Otton on the outside. Cade catches it, steps out of bounds after a gain of 8. Mariota actually playing really good. I am slightly impressed by my man Marcus. He's definitely not playing like Marcus Mariota would, and that's going to be a freaking again, man. It's a penalty. It's illegal touching by Chase Young. I'm out there trying to user him and make him lurk in case Mariota takes off. And I keep running into receivers, which is definitely not what you want to do. Here we go, boys. What do we got for him? What do we got for him? It's going to be a play fake, and it's going to be a sack by Dante Fowler. Number 95. First sack as a St. Louis Sentinel. Got him last week in a trade from Minnesota. We didn't trade for Dante Fowler. We just kind of included him in the package. We were trading for picks and to alleviate some of our cap situation, and that's going to be game. It's a bat down, and that is going to be game. And how about that? We did allow less than 30 points. 25, which is, in my opinion, still more than we should have allowed to the Bucs. And going over 500 never felt better. 5-4, the Sens are going to improve too, and we are going to take on our division rival, Philadelphia Eagles, next week. They could be 5-4 too. They're 5-3 right now, so depending on what happens in their game today, they could be 6-3. But if they're 5-4, even if they're 6-3, basically next week we're going to be battling for first place in the NFC East. So J.J. Ford, Mariota, first of all, played much better than what I would have thought. Ford didn't throw the ball that much, as much as usual, but he didn't have to. That one stupid interception, I cannot get that off my resume. But this is the MVP of the game right here. 184 yards and 2 touchdowns for Brian Robinson. Easily his best game in a Sentinels jersey. DeAndre Swift played pretty good. And how about Ford? 4 attempts on the ground. That's not typically his game, but he made it work. George Williams had a good game. He was actually our leading receiver, which is very odd to say. And nobody really, had a great game, but we dispersed the ball around as well as it needed to be. Brian Robinson got involved there in the passing game as well. And I think, hold on a second, I got to see this. Yeah, Jartavius Martin with 1 random carry. Why? Couple of rooks getting upgrades here. Bart Burns, we'll continue to go vertical threat. That's going to upgrade his route running ability, which is probably what Bart Burns needs the most help with, although he is getting better, I noticed. And you just always get so many upgrades with these tight end upgrades. It's actually pretty crazy. So Bart will go to a true 78 overall. Now, J.J. Ford, I may want to go, let's see, strong arm. We'll get deep accuracy, medium accuracy, throw power. I kind of want to go throw under pressure. Let's go improviser. He may not like that. It's not going to do anything to his overall. It's going to stay at 84, but we do get +1 to throw on the run and +1 to throw under pressure, which I love to see. So big win for us. We definitely needed that. Tampa Bay stays winless, but mark your calendar for week 10 and week 11. As a matter of fact, we're taking on the Eagles and the Cowboys back to back. So stock up on your Vaseline, go purchase bulk amounts of Advil, do a lot of praying, get yourself centered with your higher power, because week 10 and 11 might be a little bit tough. But at any rate, don't got to worry about that now. Let's bask in the victory here in week 9. That is going to do it for me tonight, guys. As always, I appreciate you stopping by. I will catch you on the next one. Until then, peace.